What is going on, Retro Gaming Nation? It is Retro Nintendo Gaming back for another video, and today we are going to Lucario versus Cobalion. Which one is better in competitive battling? So the reason why I wanted to compare these two are because they're so darn similar. They have the same ability, the same typing, and they're in the same tier, underused. So I wanted to check which fighting steel type is better in the underused tier. So we're gonna split this into 7 major categories. I'm pretty sure it's 7. Stats, typing, ability, offensive moves, utility moves, boosting moves, and finally versatility. So yeah, it's gonna be the comparison between Lucario and Cobalion. So yeah, let's see if the Jackal or the Horsewoman. So of course we gotta look at stats. And it's obviously going to Cobalion. Being a legendary, Cobalion in general has a better chance of having better stats. But what I'm trying to look at here is the distribution. And Cobalion doesn't have a single bad stat except special defense. Everything else is just plainly average. Has high defense, which complements its typing really well, which we'll talk about later. It has a decent amount of speed to be a good sweeper or stealth rock setter, and its attack is just average enough for you to be able to win after you get a sword stance. But then we go on to Lucario, who doesn't really know what the frick he wants to do. So he has high attacking stats. Now you may be thinking, oh yeah, this will be such a good mon to use. Then you look at a speed stat and you're like, come on, Game Freak. Come on! Lucario doesn't look like it's 90 base speed. It's too average. That's the reason why it's not overused. And it's still like, ugh, it pains me so much. Yeah, when we look at its defenses, doesn't really complement its typing. Lucario got screwed with its stats. Its attack and special attack are great. Everything else is either average or bad. So, yeah. Congratulations, Cobalion. You got 1 point. Alright. Next off, we're going to look at the typing, which is a tie, because they both have the same typing. But I will go ahead and list why the typing can help both of them respectively, because it'd be more like a stat war, doing stats again, rather than explaining the typing itself. So that's why I'm making it a tie. So we both have a fighting steel type, which gives it a hell of a lot of resistances, only making it weak to fighting, fire, and ground, which are 3 really common offensive typings, which does not complement Lucario especially with its not so good stats. We'll admit, if it gets hit by a resisted move, it may survive, but that's kind of stretching it out a bit. But then we look at Cobalion, who gets really complimented by its typing. And because of its high defense, like, its special defense doesn't matter. It was made to be a physical tank, and I can respect that. So Like, if you do a max HP, max defense set with Cobalion, it'll clean house as a utility user. So, yeah. You know what? I'm just going to give Cobalion the second point. So, Lucario has 0 points and Cobalion has 2. So then we go on to abilities. And yes, Lucario actually wins this one. For one reason only. 1. Cobalion's stats were not really made or justified. And 2. Lucario has justified as well, but it has 2 other abilities. So it's just more unpredictable in the ability side. So, gonna go over Lucario first. So its first is inner focus. Is inner focus, which prevents it from getting flinched. This can be really good for withstanding fake out or that gosh darn Toga Kiss. So yeah, Lucario does really well with the inner focus ability. Steadfast, when it gets flinched, speed raises by 1. Now, this isn't really too good on most Steadfast users, but on Lucario, it is super good. Just wait for that one really situational moment. A fake out or a Togekiss comes out. Lucario will be getting really fast and become a real big problem, considering its speed is mainly just average. And then its final ability is Justified, which when it gets hit by a Dark-type attack, its attack stat raises by 1. Now, being a physical sweeper, this really works. When it gets, like, you can swap into a Dark-type move, and you basically got, it's not completely a free sword stance, but it's good enough to start sweeping, because, yeah, it's a 110 attack stat. It's gonna be hitting hard. So, that's why Lucario wins this point, but we're gonna look at Cobalion too. So Cobalion has Justified as well, and being a legendary, it's gonna be its only ability, which is the only thing that's really bad about being a legendary. You're limited to one ability. Usually you get a really great ability. Jirachi is a great example. And yes, Cobalion's ability Justified is great. If you're a physical sweeper and swap into a Dark-type move, you can go ham and win. But what I'm mainly talking about is if you go for the special set, you have no other options. So, you're kind of screwed as a special user. That sucks because its special attack is just as high as its physical attack. We'll admit, though, it's a pretty good ability on Cobalion. But Lucario still wins the point because of its versatility and abilities, and because it also has Justified and can use it better than Cobalion can. So, yeah, Lucario has 1 point and Cobalion has 2. So, yeah, now we're going to begin the moveset, which is split into 3 parts. First one is attacking moves. Lucario wins this one so easily. As, I'm just gonna scroll down. Force kick, brick break, bullet punch, circle throw, close combat, cross chop, crunch, strain punch, earthquake, extreme speed, facade, focus punch, frustration, high jump kick, ice punch, low kick, meteor mash, poison jab, power up punch, quick attack, return, rock slide, shadow claw, stone hedge, thunder punch, zen headbutt. This Finn has so much options when it comes to attacking moves. And we're going to look at Cobalion. And yeah, why does this always happen to me? Just can't say the same thing about Cobalion. I'm just sorry, dude. You have great stab moves, but apart from a couple, but coverage just sucks for you. You had to rely on hidden power, and for the physical side, you only have Zen Headbutt, X Scissor, Poison Jab, and Stone Edge. It's not really one you want to be left with. And it has to rely on Focus Blast for fighting type Special Stab. Cobalion just gets embarrassed of this one. So I'm leaving the point to Lucario. So Lucario has 2 points, and Cobalion also has 2 points. So now we're going to be going on to the utility section of moves. And yeah, Cobalion does a much better job at this section than Lucario does. And again, you can kind of blame that to his stats, since Cobalion was made to be a utility sweeper from the very start. It has a good amount. Yeah, it has Reflect, Roar, Stealth Rock. A crucial part of teams, and almost every team has it in today's world. Taunt, Thunderwave, Toxic, Volt Switch. Cobalion has it all. Then we look at Lucario, and he only has the utility moves that every Mon gets. So it's just not as special for Lucario. It gets Roar. It's literally it. That's literally it. So Cobalion gets the point for utility moves, with Lucario having 2 points and Cobalion having 3. And then we're going to be going up into the boosting move section. Lucario kinda over Cobalion. It has Agility, Bulk Up, Calm Mind, Swords Dance, and Nasty Plot. Great moves. Alright, I forgot about Home Claws and Power Up Punch. It just has it all. Now we go to Cobalion, and he has Calm Mind, and Swords Dance, and Rock Polish. That's it. So Lucario earns a point. So it's a tie at 3 points for both Lucario and Cobalion. So, yeah. And the final point is going to go to versatility. Versatility, unless I come up with another idea. To be honest, I really can't. So versatility is going to be the last section. So with Lucario, you have a physical sweeping set or a special sweeping set. You won't know if it's a physical or special set until your ability. Your ability kind of blows it. For Lucario Because right after you get that justified, your opponent knows you have justified, and they know you have your physical set. Doesn't mean the opponent can get off guard though with some types of Lucario sets. But generally it's just a physical sweeping set or a special sweeping set. Or of course a final gambit set if you're really risky, but yeah, it's mostly just physical sweeper or special sweeper. Now Cobalion has physical sweeper, special sweeper, and utility. Physical sweeper does pretty well with its justified ability. I would not really recommend a special sweeper, even though its special attack is pretty decent. And with Calm Mind, it can wreck, because you're boosting that painfully meh special defense up. But yeah, I would usually go for a physical utility mon or just a physical sweeper. Honestly, when I think of Cobalion, I like the utility set more. Stealth with moves like Stealth Rock, Volt Switch, Protect, and Taunt. But that's just me. And yeah, Cobalion just barely earns this point. And so, Cobalion wins by 1 point. So, it really depends on what type of set you want, for whichever one you use. Honestly, I prefer the quick, heavy sweeper that Lucario is, so I'd use him. But if you're going off of this video, and want to use Cobalion because of his amazing stats and utility, that's just really good. So it really depends on you, which one you like more, even though Cobalion does beat Lucario by 1 point from the checklist I used. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again, and I'll see you soon in another time. Boy, yeah.